Okay, I had to make this video twice. Let's look at this on several layers. Um, let's start with the fact that you said you did not do anything. Sometimes your presence is enough. Sometimes it's not what you did, it's the fact that you're in a certain location, right? So, from what you're seeing, it's obviously showing up as you're in a place that you didn't build from the ground up. And even if you built it from the ground up, you would need to assess the soil. Where I live right now, I moved here because of the spirits that were here, right? The protection spirits that were here from my ancestors, right? So you have to understand that as well when you're living in a place. The other thing is you mentioned your nothing. You haven't done anything like extramarital affairs. Marriage is a social construct. You can be married in the physical, but not married in the spiritual. And you can be married in the spiritual and connected, and that alone could cause issues, right? And the other thing I wanted to touch on is like the bed. Yes, there can be people who have been in the bed before you, which is why I can't sleep in hotels, which is why even this RV that I purchased, even though the bed was supposedly new, I have other mattresses that I put on the bed because you can pick up that energy. I had a person that went to a hotel and they had an experience with spirits there that they had never had before. And of course, they were, came to me for that. When it comes to a home that maybe you have purchased, that you feel like kind of stuck there, you have a mortgage or whatever. If you haven't done a eradication cleansing for the spirits, you're going to be dealing with that, or a banishing spirit. And sometimes when you banish, sometimes they don't leave the property, they just leave the people alone. And when I was in Virginia, I had a client that came to me for an eradication because I'm a shaman, and they had other people who, whatever different things they are, had been to their home and performed different things, and the spirit was still there. The spirit was opening doors, closing doors. Like, the spirit was being bold. The spirit was like, I don't want y'all here, kind of thing. And that's why they consulted with me, at least so that the spirit could like coexist with them. Because this client, she was like, I'm not selling my house. Just sometimes it's best to sell the house. If you're in an apartment, it's easier to just move, right? But you don't know what happened in a space prior to your arriving there. And the other thing is, sometimes it's not you directly. You mentioned your nieces experiencing different things. It could be them, the spirit could have an affinity towards female energy and have a perspective on how that energy should be, and show itself because the energy isn't behaving the way it feels the energy should behave. There's multiple layers to it. So if you want to work with someone, I do this kind of work, but I'm kind of picky about who I work with. I don't really like people that just randomly want me to do something because they have to pay for my stuff up front, and a lot of people on the internet just can't afford that. So, but I know there's other people who may be able to do the work as well. So I would look for someone to do that work for you. I mean, not I won't look, but if I were you, I would look for that someone to do the work. Hope this helped.